welcome back to my channel. It's me, Mschattabox, and today I'm coming to you very raw, no makeup. My hair is not done, cause I got something to tell y'all. I got something to tell y'all. I am expecting. I am having a baby, and I'm so happy. I feel so blessed. Like, I don't know. I did kind of talk about like my miscarriage that I had. I've had 3 miscarriage, and this is the one that actually stuck. This is, sorry, that was my air turning off, but this was the one that I finally heard a heartbeat. With 3 of my pregnancies, the first 3, there was never any heartbeat. There wasn't, yeah, I didn't hear anything. This time I did. I'm gonna put up a video. The next video probably will be the moment that I heard the heartbeat. It was such a beautiful experience. Oh, and I'm out of breath as fuck. Like, I'm so out of breath right now. But so yeah, so I kind of wanted to do like a journey of like going through my pregnancy with having a tummy tuck, because I don't really see too much about that online. So I decided to start, and tell you guys my journey. So as of right now today, probably when I put this up, I want to say when I put this up, I will be 17 weeks when I put this up. Right now, I'm 16 weeks in 6 days. Yeah, 16 weeks and 6 days. Sorry, I am not 16 weeks and 6 days. I'm 15 weeks and 6 days. So sorry, I'm gonna blame everything on pregnancy. But yeah, I already know the gender. I will be revealing that later, because I did actually a video about like old wives' tales about which, how to spot out the different genders, blah blah blah. And I'll let you know if it was right or not. But yeah, so I kind of, since I'm a little bit further along, I kind of wanted to go back into like my first trimester of how I was actually feeling, what I did, the do's and the don'ts, and just in general how my tummy tuck is holding up, my belly, all that. So let's start off. So when I found out I was pregnant, one of the things that I figured out why I couldn't, like why I wasn't developing a baby correctly, was because I had low progesterone. So that's one thing, that if you notice that you're having miscarriages in the early stage and you notice that you're not hearing a heartbeat, one of the things that you should look for, or not you should, I'm trying to get out of like telling people what they should do and just leaving it as an option, One of the things that I did was I joined a Facebook group, a few Facebook groups, and they kept on saying about progesterone. I was like, what is that? And my doctor, my last doctor with my 3rd miscarriage, I felt like he wasn't taking me seriously. So what I ended up doing was, like, right when I was having a miscarriage, they wanted me to go for blood tests. And one thing, this place was so disorganized. It was like not organized whatsoever. So what I ended up doing was, I was telling the ultrasound lady, she was like, yeah, I need you to do blood work. And I said, well, my doctor told me to get my progesterone levels taken care of and to find out what my progesterone level. So she put that in already. She put in progesterone in, but he didn't care. I spoke to him when I first got pregnant in the first 2 weeks, and I spoke to him about progesterone, and he said he didn't believe in like progesterone is the cause of a healthy pregnancy, all this stuff. But I was reading differently and I was hearing differently, so I didn't really trust his word. Always go with your gut instincts, and that's one thing that I did. So I kind of knew in my heart that my third pregnancy wasn't going to it wasn't going to survive, I guess that's what I could say, like, because I was bleeding already. I was losing my symptoms and everything. So what ended up happening was, I got my results from my progesterone. I was supposed to be 10 weeks and my progesterone was at a 5. And if anybody knows that your progesterone should be at a 20 and above, that far along, and it was only at a 5. So it kind of like, I kind of knew it wasn't gonna, come out the way I wanted to. So I made a plan and I said for my next pregnancy, I want to make sure that I can do everything I can on my part. So what I did was I I took the OPK. If you know what OPK is, it's the ovulation prediction kit, and it kind of tells you when you're ovulating, so you can kind of know when to get pregnant. I got pregnant. We lost the baby in, well, what is it? Is it a fetus or embryo? I don't know what it is, but we lost the third miscarriage. Lost it in, I think, August, and I got pregnant in October. So it was fairly quickly, and after that, like, I went on this website, and because I had, at this point, I didn't want to go to the doctor, that doctor that I had before, so I had to get a whole new doctor, and I wasn't sure if my doctor was like this new doctor was going to prescribe me progesterone, and I knew that is something that I needed. So on one of the Facebook groups I was in, they taught us, but she showed us how to get progesterone, any like IVF and stuff like that, what website to go on, what to do. You know what? If you are interested, write down below if you want to know how to get like progesterone pills, how to get like Clomid and all that IVF stuff to have a baby. Write down below if you want to hear about it. But so yeah, so I already had progesterone. Sorry, I'm hearing all these noises around me. So I already had progesterone. Oh shit. Almost had a heart attack. So guys, like, out to my right, I can see outside. Like, I could see on my porch area. And I saw a figure go in the porch area, but it was my boyfriend. But anyway, so I had progesterone on hand when I ended up getting pregnant. And so one thing that I did, I gave myself a regimen of how much to take, what to do. And I was like, okay. So I felt a little better that I had progesterone. And I was like, I don't know what the outcome is going to be like, but I want to make sure that I take this progesterone. So I took the progesterone, and what ended up happening was the place that I went to get another doctor, they no longer took my insurance. So I had to find a doctor. He's annoying my boyfriend right now. Sorry about that. So I had to find another doctor, and with this doctor, this was at this point I was about like 5 or 6 weeks when I saw this doctor. And I let the doctor know that I had a history of miscarriages. I never heard of birth, nothing like that. And she's like, okay. I was like, if I'm high risk, I want to know. So she was really good. I really like this doctor. Like, this doctor checked my progesterone, everything. So she didn't give me an ultrasound until like I was about 9, 10 weeks. But what she did was she used the Doppler on me. Mind you, I'm like 5, 6 weeks. And she was like, I can't hear anything. She's like, I can't hear anything. It could be that you're very early, and that's the reason why. Or it could be your tummy tuck scar, because my tummy tuck scar, she said that when you do have a scar like that, the scar tissue, there's scar tissue that you have, so it's harder for the doctor to hear the heartbeat. So I was like, okay. That made me nervous, very, very nervous, because mind you, I'm so used to hearing, I never heard a heartbeat. Like, I'm so used to hearing that, like, there's no heartbeat, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right. So I was like, let me look out for my symptoms, because I wasn't having any type of symptoms. And I was very nervous. That's when I was about 8, 9 weeks. I was like, I cannot handle this stress. I have to go to one of those ultrasound places that you pay for an ultrasound, and you can bring people in. Because, as of right now with COVID, it's only, like most places, that it's only the pregnant person can go into these doctor's appointments. But this ultrasound place that I went to, I was able to bring my boyfriend. And I was like, God forbid if I can't hear a heartbeat, I'd rather be with my boyfriend. And I can have a support system rather than be by myself. So I went and I went to the place. I was bare, like I was so nervous. My hands were cold. I was just really nervous. So I went there, and as you could see, the film of me going to the ultrasound place is going to be on the just watch the last video. It's going to be on there first. But anyway, so basically she put it on my stomach and she said, "Oh, look at your little beanie," or whatever she said. I was like, "What?" So you hear a heartbeat, and I started like, I was crying because it was like, oh my God, that's such a beautiful thing just to hear a heartbeat. That means that something else is growing in me, you know? So yeah, so I felt comfortable. I felt like, damn, this progesterone is really helping me. So I was like, but still what's happening, I don't have any symptoms. That is when um week 8, I believe, hit. Week 8, week 9. Yeah, week 8, week 9. I threw up. I was sick. My breast, see, that's the thing. I always see people say like, oh, my breast hurt, blah, blah, blah. But my breast never really hurt. And to this time, it never really hurt. It's only some certain times. But what I was getting a lot was nausea. Like, in the morning, in the night, just nausea, nausea. And I was sleeping. I don't know if it was because, it was probably because of the progesterone, but I was sleeping, I was throwing up, but I could still eat. I could still eat. Everything was normal. One of the things, like between 10, 11, and 12, no, between 10 weeks and 11 weeks, I remember I was spotting. So that scared me a lot. I was spotting, and I didn't know if that was normal or not, but my doctor was telling me that is normal. I was reading online, said it's normal. And even after, I know this might be TMI, but after sex, I bled a lot. And I thought something was like wrong with me. And one thing about me is like, I don't wait for a doctor to tell me what to do, or I don't wait until somebody else tells me what to do. I rather research and find out what's best for me. So what I did was I put myself on pelvic rest, and I put myself with low minimum things to do. Like I was like, I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna take a step back, because pregnancy is something that, like, I feel like if you're tired, don't force yourself to be awake. Go to sleep. If you are hungry, don't not eat because you're eating for two. So yeah, so I put myself on pelvic rest, and then I couldn't take it again because my doctor told me I had to wait until freaking like 15 weeks or 14, I don't know, 14 weeks to get an ultrasound. So I went to get another ultrasound, and from the place that I could bring my boyfriend, and everything was good. I was very happy. And yeah, so let's go back into like the first between week 1 to I'll say to week 12. Week 1 to week 12. Actually, nothing really happens between week 1. Let's say week 4 to week 12. I noticed nausea. What else? I was out of breath. Like I could be walking 2 seconds and I'm like that. I'm very picky of what I eat. That was one thing. I was peeing a lot. So one of the things, I didn't pee really in the daytime, but I'll be peeing in the nighttime like 6, 7 times. I'm like, damn, like I like my sleep. I don't like it to be disturbed. So I was literally waking up out of my sleep just to pee, and it was annoying as fuck. One of the things that actually helped me with my nausea, because it was weird, I was getting this like metal taste, but I was also getting like, I had no like taste buds. So everything I had, it was like water started tasting disgusting to me because I felt like I could taste nothing. So what I did was, what helped me a lot with the nausea was having popsicles. And I learned that a little bit later on. But popsicles, I'm telling y'all now, none of those like I didn't I got prescribed something from my doctor, but I was reading online and I was talking to the ladies on my Facebook group, and they were talking about how the prescription that I had wasn't really good. So I was like, let me try something natural. So popsicles was my go-to. So if you feel nauseous, have some popsicles. Um, Another thing, I think those are the key ones. Like, and just like even with the spotting that I have, like when you spot, like I feel like you should like I feel like what worked for me was actually taking a moment and putting myself on pelvic rest and just taking a second, calm down. It made me nervous, but it also made me think like, if this is supposed to happen, let it happen naturally. I said, thank God that this child is growing in me. I started thinking more positive, and that's one of the things that I had to learn, because I'm more so the type of person, I don't know if other people are like that, but I think of negativity rather than I think of positivity. But my thought patterns has changed so much because your baby feels what you feel. And if you have such a negative outlook on life, then how can your child thrive in your womb when it has such a gloomy feeling inside, when it feels your pain, when it feels your sadness? So I try to think more positive. So I was just reading, what's it called? Affirmations, and just praying. I prayed a lot, and just knowing that things is going to be okay, you know? Um, One of the things that like was troubling for me was because my breasts were growing bigger and then it was shrinking, growing bigger and shrinking, and that kind of like made me a little bit nervous because you know I don't want I was so grateful for these symptoms. So when the symptoms started changing and stuff and that was happening, I was like, wow, like I'm nervous, you know? So so what I did was, one of the things, if you do have a Facebook, try to look up Facebook groups for like women who are pregnant. There's a lot of miscarriage groups, and to have a healthy pregnancy, there's a lot of groups out there that are willing to help you. And if you don't have anybody, you can vent. Like, that's one of the things. I like to be in an environment where I don't feel ashamed for venting because I'm such a private person. So yeah, it's crazy because a lot of people still don't know that I'm pregnant. Like, it's crazy. My father doesn't know, my grandmother, my mom knows, but like a lot of people don't know. So, yeah. So, anyway, but that's what I've been going through. Now I'm 15 weeks and 6 days, and my symptoms have gone down. What I would get a lot is oh my God, I forgot something else. What I got a lot is, and I still have it, is earaches. I don't know if anybody has gotten earaches. Can y'all please tell me if what do y'all do? Like, cause my ear feels like I have an infection, and I use like eardrop things, and I use everything like clean my ears all the time, and it's just like, I don't know, my ears are really hurting really bad. I don't know if that's a normal thing. But yeah, so this is my week. Did I say week 4 to week 12 or 10? Whichever one I said before, but this is my update. I will be giving you guys weekly updates from now on because literally I need to start writing these things down and tracking it so I can give y'all full, thing. But yeah, so I will be doing it weekly, or trying to do it weekly. Mind you, I haven't dolled myself up in so long. Like I just don't have no energy. I really don't. And I guess this is the start in the life of being a mom, and just not having the, what is it called? The want to do your hair right now, to wear makeup and stuff. I look tired. I look dragged out. Like, but you know what? I'm gonna doll myself up. I'm gonna doll myself up, and I'm going to have a better outlook. I really am. But yeah. So guys, thank you for watching. This is my update of my life. The next video I am going to do is I'm going to do the old gender reveal, old wives tale. I cannot stand the video that I took where we found out the baby sex, because I'm gaining weight, so it's kind of bothering me. I don't know if I have like, what is it called, body dysmorphia, that I just look at everything that I don't like. So it's kind of been a little bit hard with me, especially with my tummy tuck. And that's what I'm going to talk about the next video of, like, right now. I started feeling stuff with my tummy tuck. But yeah, so until next time, I'm going to do the video of the gender next. And then I'm going to do the update between 12 weeks and 15, because there's a lot that has happened in between that time. So yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Yeah, peace and blessings, okay? Toodles.